Hey Lovies, welcome to my channel, Craft Away with May. I'm May. Welcome to my old and new subbies. I'm so glad to have you all here with me today. As the thumbnail showed, we are going to be doing some winter and Christmas DIYs using some window clings and some Dollar Tree items and some other stuff. We're just going to be doing stuff today, okay? So we're going to just start right out the gate using this 12 by 12 inch square that you can pick up from Dollar Tree. And I'm going to be using some window clings that I picked up on Amazon. And this one says, Hello Winter. I saw this little sweet deer and I thought, oh my goodness, or reindeer rather. And I thought it was absolutely adorable. So I was like, oh, why not? Let's just use it. So I painted the wood square. I was going to say wood round because I'm so used to saying wood round. The wood square in paint, white paint. I did paint it in paint. Hello. I used some white paint by FolkArt, and I'm just going in with my glue stick here. This is my Gorilla Glue stick, and I'm just going to use that to adhere this to this sign, guys. And all I'm doing is literally just transferring over these window clings. So you can do this with Dollar Tree window clings. I actually was going to use some other Dollar Tree window clings, but I had these, and I just, like I said, I love the reindeer on this one. And I was like, you know what, this is really cute. It's winter. And the other ones I have from Dollar Tree were more Christmas. So I'm doing a combination of Christmas and winter. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go with these. And I'm so glad I did. Look how easy that went on. And I just filled it with some Mod Podge. I use that multi-surface Mod Podge. I do love that finished look of that. Like, as far as for decoupaging, it's a little iffy for me. You know, that's just, it's not my preference. But to seal the projects, I do like using that Mod Podge. So here I'm just going in with a few embellishments, some appliques, just to give it a more finished look. And then what I decided to do was to remove that jute twine hanger that comes with it. And I'm going to go in with some silver beads because I felt like the silver and blue just played really nice together. So that's all I'm doing now. Of course, the beads were too large to go through that hole. So what I'm going to do, as you see, is I'm going to use some of this hot glue, my my Gorilla hot glue, and just put the bead right on top. Now I put a lot of glue in that hole to secure it, and then I think off camera I do add some glue to the back, and I put another bead in there. I don't know if I kept that on camera, but that's how I secured it together. And I was okay with that because this wood piece is not heavy by any means. Like, it's super lightweight. I don't feel like it's going to come off, and this is going to be inside, so I don't think the glue is going to melt or anything like that, but I think it's super cute. But guess what, guys? Yes, I'm being joined by my friend, my sister, Kathy Jo, from Kathy Jo DIYs. We decided to come together and bring you guys some all things Christmas and winter DIYs. We just went rambling through our stuff, and we was like, let's just do it. So we did it. So here we are. If you happen to stop by here first, welcome. I am so glad you decided to do so. But if you're coming over from Kathy Jo's channel, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here, and I hope you consider joining my YouTube family. So, oh, also, don't forget to tell her I said, hey, girl. And tell her just like that. Say, May said, hey, girl. She'll say, hi. Or, huh? One of the two. She's gonna say that. Anyway, so last year I had this window that I had picked up from Michael's. It was sitting in my stash. I got it on clearance, and it was one. I only found one, but my sister saw the video of me making a scenery with that window, and she said she wanted one. So I was bummed because I only had the one. And this year, earlier in the year, right after Christmas was over, so in January, February, somewhere around that time. Anyway, I found two windows at Hobby Lobby for $8. And I could not believe it. And so I snatched them up, and I was so excited because now I could get to do this for her. So I was so anxious for this time of year to come around so I could go ahead and recreate one for her. And I'm just taking one of the gift bags from Dollar Tree. It's one of the larger ones that they carry, not the ones in the $3, $5 section, but one of the larger ones that you can get for $1.25. I absolutely love this scenery on here because the one I created, and I did show it to you guys in the beginning of this project, and I wanted to add lights to this. So I'm taking one of the flexible cutting mats from Dollar Tree that come 2 in a pack. I cut that down to size, and I'm going to staple this to the back of this because it is wood framing. And I'm just going to put a few staples in here just to make sure it's secure. And I'm pulling it nice and taut because, of course, you know it's going to dip because it is flexible. So I also do the same thing for the, I was going to say paper bag. For the gift bag. So once I get that size, I cut it down. Yes, you will see some gapping there, but you're not going to see that in the front because I am going to camouflage that to make sure it is not shown. So you know the 2 holes where that string comes through. I was not thinking at this point because I am going to be using lights on this, as I said. I was like, oh, let me patch those up. So all I did was take a piece of that same gift bag and just cut out little squares to patch up those holes. So when you see it, I do think I did a freeze frame for you guys, just so you can see. You cannot tell where the holes are. But as we go further, you guys are going to see where I'm going to just puncture those holes so the lights can shine through. Because that's me. That's what I do. So that's all I did with this. So then to cover up those, the space, you know, where you can see the paper and the cutting board come together, I am going to use some of my bamboo flat wood dowels. Now you can find these on Amazon. Guys, if I remember, this stuff is in my stash a lot of times and I just forget to put it in my description box. But if I remember, I will leave a link in my description box for you guys to check it out for all the things that I use, any affiliates that I'm with. All that's always in my description box. So I will try to remember to leave the links for those bamboo sticks. So right here, I'm puncturing the holes where I want my fairy lights to come through. And so I'm like, I'm puncturing or poking wherever I see like the lights are a little bit brighter on that gift bag, and I'm placing my lights accordingly. Now, of course, because it is fairy lights, the string is not going to be exactly in every single space, but I do want to specifically get where I punctured the holes. So just to give that an added oomph, if you will. So now to make this a more finished look, I know I don't normally capture this kind of thing on camera, but I'm just using some foam sheets, and I'm just basically sealing them down, and I'm stapling them down just to, again, give it a finished look. So you don't see all the wires, the fairy lights, things like that. I do the same thing for where I stapled the cutting board portion, but I don't keep that on camera because it's literally me just cutting out the shape of the frame and me stapling it down. So I didn't think you guys would need to see all of that, but if you want to, the next time I do it, I will share that with you. But not on this video, okay? You guys love me, remember that, because I love you. So right here, I also want to give it a more frosted look, a more snowy scenery look, and also again to finish camouflaging where the 2 meet. So I'm taking some of this fuzzy ribbon that I think I picked it up at Michael's, but I could have very well have gotten it from Hobby Lobby. Now, as I'm going through this, I have my Kathy Jill bow, and I was like, I couldn't remember, did I place the bow in the middle or at the top? So here, now looking at the voiceover, while I'm doing the voiceover, I'm like, oh, this would look really cute in the middle. So I think I'm going to go back and put it in the middle because I end up putting it towards the top of the window. So either way was really cute in my opinion, but as I'm looking at it now, I think I like it better in the middle. And I just zip tied it on because the framing of this, the outside is wood, but the panel part is metal. So I couldn't use glue here. I could have used a heavier duty glue, but I didn't want to run the risk of it running down, getting on the picture and all that other stuff. So I just decided to go with a zip tie. So it's going to be very easy to maneuver. What you saw I did there was take one of my crystal like snowflakes, put that right in the center. Now you can't see it very well on camera, but it shows up really nice in person. So right here to finish it off for that bottom part, I'm just going in with some of my faux snow. I'm just putting some hot glue down there, and I'm just sprinkling, sprinkle to finish it off. And guys, that's it. And I'm sorry, it's pretty large for the frame for my camera, but you guys will see everything in the final reveal. So let's go ahead and jump into project number 2. Now guys, this is my favorite of today. I absolutely love this piece. It's just a beautiful statement piece. I wanted to do a nativity scene themed project today. And I have this wooden book cutout that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. It was $7.49. I got it for 40% off. And literally, like, this is the easiest project I think of today. Like, seriously. So all I did was stain it off camera using the burnt umber paint. That's just my preference if you've been with me anytime. And it's the same paint that I'm using to actual stencil. So I had these stencils in my stash. I had a few from last year. I did pick up some this year. And they were all based around the nativity scene. So on the inside right here, it says, "Oh Holy Night." That's what I wanted because I'm going to add some more elements on the inside. But the other stencil, one said "Believe" and the other one said "True Story." And I just love that because this is a true and beautiful story. It is the greatest gift of all, in my humble opinion. So I'm not going to take you through each stencil that I did on here because once you've seen one type of stenciling, you've seen it all. And I pretty much do the same thing for each one of these. So I'm just taping them down right here and just laying them out because I wasn't sure of how I wanted to place them, but I knew I wanted to put this true story on the front. It has the cross and the manger scene. So I thought this was just absolutely beautiful because it represents from the cradle to the cross. I love that. I love it. It's just tugs at my heart. So once I get those taped down and in place, what I'm doing here is taking one of the TT blocks, tower tumbling blocks, or tumbling tower blocks. You can find it at Dollar Tree. Then I have this laser cutout nativity scene that I think this one came from Hobby Lobby. If not, it was in one of the little packs that you can get from Dollar Tree. I honestly can't remember, but I think this one came from Hobby Lobby. So I painted that in the burnt umber paint as well. It did go a little bit over the night part, but you can still see it. Like the way I positioned it, you can still see that it, it says "Oh Holy Night." So what I'm doing right here is taking a little bit of Spanish moss and putting it behind the scenery again. Wanted to keep this rustic and charming to what, it would have been, how it would have been back then in my thought process. So as I move forward, that's pretty much it for this. And I love it. I left the inside in its natural color. I did not stain the inside. But here on all the stenciling, I did have some bleed through. So I just sanded down. I was on the phone with Kathy. I was telling her, I was like, I was bragging about, I've been doing stencils and there's been no bleeding. And of course, because I did that, now I have some bleeding. So I just sanded down to help make it more rustic. And so then I had this, I cut out a strip of this faux leather. I had a leather sheet and I just cut out a strip of it because, again, I just wanted to give it some embellishments, but I didn't want it to overtake the piece. I wanted to keep the statement true. So here, I just thought this would add a little charm to this. So what I did was I'm taking one of these Velcro stickers that I had in my stash, that leather strip, one of these large buttons, and putting it right there just so, again, it's just an added little something to this to give it a little charm. That way you can open and close it once you want to store it. And I love it. I think it really just gives that. It was giving me the scroll vibes. I don't know why, but that's where my mind went with it. Even though it's not a scroll, that's just where my mind went with it once I added the button and the strip. So then I was like, you know what? I think this would look really cute with one of my Kathy Jo jute twine bows. Because again, this is the greatest gift of all. And why not put a bow on your gift? And there it is, again, keeping it simple and charming. I love this piece. You guys have to let me know how you feel about it. And it's so easy to open. Now I was just going to show you guys right here. Like you just snap it open, flip it to the back. But then I was like, here, let me add in some candles. But I was like, I don't like that Velcro little piece, once you remove the button. So I was like, here, let me just cut down a piece of that faux leather, because it had some type of material on the back that would stick to the Velcro. So I just took another button and put it there, so when it's open, you can just do that, and then when you're closing it, just tuck it behind the scenery, and there you go. Now we're moving on to our next project, guys, and this project was the bane of my existence. This was the one that almost took me out. This was the one that made me use some choice words, okay? And I'm just gonna tell you guys, I had to pull out the snacks because I needed my thinking snacks, which was my little rice cakes there in the shape of stars. So I'm just gonna tell y'all, don't talk to Kathy Jo when you're having a meltdown, because she's just not the supportive one. She was letting me rant and rave, but every few seconds she would make a comment. It was a whole thing, you know, and I was just in the zone. I was upset about this piece. So anyway, okay, so let me tell y'all how the shenanigans started here. So this is a rub-on transfer that I got from Essential Stencil, and it was on clearance, right? So apparently there were some defects with this one. I did not pay attention. I just saw that it was $11, and I was like, okay, I'm getting this one because it was absolutely cute, and I thought it would be really cute for, you know, to transition from Christmas to winter. So Dollar Tree has the 11 by 14 frames, right? I'm like, perfect fit. This was meant to be. Happy marriage. Let's live happily ever after. But yes. So first hiccup right here. I'm trying to lay it down to get it placed right, and it accidentally touched the glass. So of course it sticks. So I'm like, okay, I tried to pull it a little bit, and I was like, no, I'm gonna probably rip it. So let me just leave it. So it was a little slanted, but in my world, if you guys have been here with me, you know a little slanting happens in every project that I do. So this was no shocker, right? So, all right, so it was a little bit larger than the frame, but the part that I cut off, I was like, you know what? It won't make or break the project. We can move forward. I got the important parts here. So I'm taking my, what's the thing called? That little thing there that I'm rubbing out. I'm pushing out the bubbles, right? And I'm using one of the ones that has like a little felt, backing to it. So because I'm using glass, but that wasn't really giving me the oomph that I needed. So I flipped it over and I was like, okay, I'm using the other side. Still wasn't giving me the oomph I needed. But so right here, I started rubbing and rubbing. I took my little Cricut tool because, okay, I'm like, this thing is not sticking. And this is supposed to go on glass. Like surfaces like this, like it's supposed to be like easy peasy, George and Wheezy. If y'all know who that is, you know, the Jeffersons, George and Wheezy. Okay, y'all know who George and Wheezy is. Anyway, so in the 15th hour, after using all my elbow grease, after doing my upper strength workout, I was like, okay, there is promise here. And I start pulling. And I mean, guys, it took me a long time. And Kathy Jo, she was like, just leave it on here. Give it the frosted look. Wasn't that the look you were going after? Just put it in the frame. I mean, I'm like, no, I'm going to see this through. That's the whole thing, okay? So anyway, so it still didn't work. So of course it ended up pulling up some of the wording. So I was like, okay, should I just wipe it all off, you know, or scrape it off? So I get a dry paper towel and it wipes off like it was nothing. Like I literally spent, I know it was between 30 to 40 minutes trying to get this thing on here. It may have been longer, but that stuff wiped off so fast. I was so mad. I was so mad. I was mad. I wanted to use a lot of choice words, but it came off. So where it says North Pole Express, that wording, it got kind of messed up. But I was like, you know what? For the majority, it's there. We're going to leave it. Whatever. So here, I was about to frame it, and then I was like, oh, shoot, I forgot I wanted to add lights to this because it was just a light kind of, you know, crafting night. And I was just like, I'm lighting up the world. Okay, I'm just going to light it up. So everything was getting lights. So just like I did the frame earlier, I just poked holes in the, you know, spots that I really want to shine through, and then just kind of randomly spread them out throughout. And that was it for it. It made me frustrated, but in the end, it came together. In that final and 15th hour, it came through. So, you know, I was mad about it. I'm still a little upset about it because the attitude did not have to happen. You know, I was in a good mood. I had my little rice crackers. I'm like, we're in a happy place right now. And it just took me. It just sucker punched me, basically. But anyway, here we are with the final project. And of course, you were going to just glue down that battery pack to the back, using some hot glue. It doesn't have to be anything heavier, but it really did come out cute. So I couldn't be too mad at it, but I was a little huffy puffy. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It was mad because it was almost like the stuff was melting. Like it had been in probably some type of like heated room or something. In my apartment, it does get hot, but it, you know, I only had it for like a month or so. And I'm like, I don't think it melted. I don't know what happened with it. I think it was, I just didn't pay attention to the fact that it had some issues with it. So moving on, as you can see there, I decided to put a bow on this, but I wanted to put the bow at the bottom. I added some greenery in, and of course that's one of Kathy Jo bows, and that was it for that project. I can't wait for you guys to see everything at the final reveal, because we are almost there, guys. This is the final project of today. I'm taking one of these acrylic boards that you can find at Dollar Tree. I'm just removing the film right now, as you can see, and I'm going to use another window clean, which is it says Hello Winter, and I picked this up from Amazon. So don't forget, guys, I am in collaboration today with Kathy Jo. I will have her information in my description box below. Go by, tell my girl I say hello. I can't wait to see what she created for you guys, because I know I saw some of the stuff and it was really cute. So I know however she finished it out is going to be equally as cute. So I can't wait to stop by. Tell her I'll be over there in a little bit to hang out with her. And if you haven't done so, guys, consider subscribing. All right, so what you see here, now this window cling was a little bit larger than that acrylic board that I had from Dollar Tree. So I just cut it down and I just shortened that part of the W and brought it together. And here I'm just cutting out some of that clear part that you can see, because it wasn't lining up that well, and it worked out perfect. So now I'm taking some of these 10-inch chunky sticks or wood cutout wood pieces that you can get from Dollar Tree. Now, of course, as I always say, it's probably cheaper. Well, it is cheaper to go to a home improvement store, get some cut down, or use some scrap wood that you have in your possession, or wherever, in your stash. I shouldn't say possession, in your stash. Use that. But this is what I have. This is what I'm using. And I'm just going in with some hot glue and some Eileen's tacky glue. And I'm just going to create a little shelf sitter sign here, because again, I want those projects where we can take these from Christmas to winter. That's just one less thing that we have to do. We could just have it sitting out for a long period of time, because I feel like when we do seasonal stuff, it just rolls by so fast. And it makes me so sad when I have to take down my stuff. So, yeah. So right here, I'm taking some gift wrapping paper, and I love the print on this gift wrapping paper. I love the blue, the shininess, and I'm normally not a shiny person, but I was like, shine, baby, shine. And it was shining. So right here, some more shenanigans was happening. I had this little paper cutter, or gift wrapping cutter thingy, that I got from Temu, right? And then I forgot that I had it, because I was talking to Kathy Jo. We were talking about some cutters or something. And I was like, oh, in my mind, I was like, I remember I had that. So I pulled this one out. And of course, it gave me attitude too, but it eventually worked. And I still had to use my scissors. So it was pointless to use it, but I used it anyway. So basically what I did here was I took some Mod Podge, I laid down that wrapping paper, and I'm kind of folding it like it's a gift a little bit. And that's it. And then I sand it down, and this looks really adorable. I love the blue. I'm telling you, the different shades of blue in this was just absolutely cute. So then I decided to take some of my fairy lights here, and it's the little, more wintry color lights, and I absolutely love these. So like I said, it was just one of those moods, like, just we gonna light up everything in this video. Like, we just gonna turn it up, light it up. Let's go. So then I'm taking some of my furry yarn, and I don't know where I got the furry yarn from. It would have been Michael's or Hobby Lobby, one of the two. Wherever it was on sale, that's where I got it. So I'm just wrapping that around, because again, I want that whole winter vibe. And then I started thinking about a skating rink, an ice skating rink. I don't know. I just did. Y'all know my mind goes to all these different places when I'm crafting. So I just follow it. So I'm just taking my furry yarn, wrapping it around. Then I'm going to outline the top of the sign, because once I got it wrapped around, I was like, let's keep going, May. So I kept going. And I got to say, I think this is an absolutely cute shelf sitter, guys. I really do. So, and I'm just using hot glue on this one, because, if I want to disassemble it or whatever, it'll be super easy to do. But look how cute that is. Isn't that cute? That's so cute. I love it. So then I was like, okay, it needs more. So then I had these little pearl picks. They're like a goldish and tan color, a cream color. And I was like, oh, this will make it pop a little bit more. So I'm just sticking them in there in random places. I glue a couple of them down, but I was like, I really didn't need to, but I did anyway in case I forgot that they were in there, and I started slinging this around because I tend to do that. I sling my projects around and they survive most times. So I was like, let me just put a little glue in there just in case. So then I took one of these acrylic stars. I put a little antique gold rubbing buff on it to match the pearl pick there. Guys, this is so cute. That's it. That's it. And we are headed into our final review. And if you are still here riding with me, lovies, thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. As I say after every video, thank you, thank you, thank you. It means the world to me that you guys could be doing anything else, but you choose to come back and hang out and witness the shenanigans that I put before you every week. So thank you. Thank you for being brave. All right. And don't forget, guys, that I am in collaboration with my good friend, Kathy Jo from Kathy Jo DIYs. I will have her information in my description box below. So please stop by and tell her I said hello. I cannot wait to see what she has for you guys. And don't forget, lovies, you know what the deal is. You have to let me know if you have a favorite of today. Now, this one would be my number 2. I think she is absolutely adorable. Look at her little snowflake in her on her little I was gonna say antenna. It's not an antenna. Antler. Oh my goodness. I think she's absolutely adorable, guys. So I need to know if you have a favorite of today. Please share that. And also, if you haven't already done so, consider subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting, because you know how I feel about those comments. Keep them coming. I love chatting and laughing with you guys after each and every video. Train rides. Ooh, it was a train wreck, but I do like the way it came together in the final hour. You know, it was not the full vision, but I'll take partial vision. I still think it came out cute. I have truly no complaints about it. You know, with crafting, it's all about fun and being able to laugh at yourself. And if you don't like something, move on to the next project. And this one is absolutely gorgeous. I hope my sister loves it. I know she will. I know she will absolutely adore it, because I love it as well. I think it's just so, so cute. It just captured the essence of Christmas and winter to me. I think it is so pretty. I love the lights, you know. I don't know. I was just having one of those days, guys, you know. It's just one of those days that a girl goes through, right, when she's crafting. So that was me. I really hope you guys found something today that you enjoyed, that inspired you to possibly recreate. Look out for those deals, guys. You know, I know we shop a lot at Dollar Tree, but don't count out Hobby Lobby and Michael's and you know, Walmart, places like that, Joann's, because if you can get some coupons, some discounts, some, you know, all the things, some clearance items, you will normally come out spending less than what you would spend at Dollar Tree. So keep your eyes open and your pocketbooks too, because, you know, you might find something good. Because I have to say, today's projects were pretty affordable, you know, and I have no complaints. And this one right here, guys, this is just a beauty to me. Like, I love everything about this. Like, I think I might make one of these for my mom. And also too, guys, you know, just to give you guys a little hint, I am just so excited. There are some things coming up, some changes, not no big changes that would affect the channel, but well, it probably will in a little bit, but you know, something I'm excited about, but I just want to wait to share with you guys. I just can't, you know, my heart is full. I'm happy. And just keep praying for me, praying with me, you know, and yes. Okay. Kathy Jo, I'll see you in a minute, girlfriend. And lovies, until the next video, be safe, be kind, and happy crafting your days away. Hugs and kisses. XOXO. Bye.